Good morning. Who will be first today? There we go. All right, who is going to hop on first? Let us see. Hopefully comments will come through. It's a hit or miss, you guys. It's a hit or miss. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, no, you're fine. No worries. All right. Hello, hello. Who will be the first one on here? I really hope comments show up. But I'm going to do a demo today. We have a couple things happening today, so we'll wait until we get some people on here. Hi, Zignats! How are you? Hi for a minute, driving back from Tennessee now. Wow! Hi, Allegra! We'll be in Tennessee in like a month, just over a month for a few days. But drive safe. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. It's been a minute since we've done like a packaging video, and I got some new boxes in a new color, so I was going to show you guys for any like new viewers potentially who haven't seen our drawings, or not drawings, our packaging like DIYs and things like that. Oh snap, we did the Jeep invasion, been here since Wednesday. Oh fun! That's so awesome. What part of Tennessee were you in? Were you out by like Gatlinburg? I'm gonna move this for a moment. So I have like a wet paper towel here, followed by like some dry paper towel. Let's see. Can't see what you got. We'll have to watch later. Yeah, definitely. I'll save the replay, and I'm gonna start posting these to our YouTube, the Potter USA YouTube channel as well. Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Yeah, that's such a nice area. We loved it up there when we went. So I'm just gonna kind of stamp off a little bit of the black ink. I use the same stamp for both when I do the clear invisible ink and the black ink, just because it doesn't really matter to me. I'm not worried about getting this dirty because I cover it with embossing powder anyway. Oop, pretty. Oh my gosh, it looks like a lion's face right there. Do you guys see that? That's crazy looking. Anyway, so I just kind of, you can see like the letters are white now. The base is kind of black still, but the letters have shown through to be like white. I got the ink mostly off, and then I kind of just come down here and stamp just to be sure. it's really not a big deal. It's still going to be a little bit black, but you don't want to like go in and like shred it because you can damage your stamp a little bit. My side's all dirty. So if you go in, you just kind of want to tap it. You don't want to drag and really like get in there because you can damage or pull off some of the letters or your design of whatever it is. So just gently, it's really not a big deal. But just cleaning this one off because I already did some boxes today and of my white boxes. I'll show you what those look like. But now we've got a pretty clean stamp. Let me show you. So this is an order that is just getting ready to go out. These are the white boxes I've done. I used to emboss these, and sometimes I still do, but I don't always have time. Now that my sister's living here, hopefully there will be more time for her to kind of take on that task, just because sometimes orders are really crazy, super fast. I don't have enough time to get things out, but if I have slower days, I can catch up on doing the embossing. But I'm switching. I've been using these white boxes for a couple of years now. I love them. They're amazing. But with multiple hands on them, they're starting to get a little bit dirty between like me and my sister and stuff. And I didn't know if I wanted to put them in poly mailers or just keep boxes, whichever. So I wanted to switch the color, at least for the season, like seasonally. I might go back to these because they're just great. They're very inexpensive, essentially, for like what you're getting, and they're good quality. I don't have issues with them busting open. I've linked these in my Amazon. These are the 7x5x2 boxes. However, you can get them in a lot of different sizes. So I just recently, you guys know if you guys were here when I was doing like my rebrand, I went with like a emerald green. And I found some emerald green boxes in the same size. It's coming off a little bit dark on camera, but these are a like dark green, gorgeous. I love these, and I want to see how they look embossed with my logo, just like I would the other ones. So this was a pack of 25. Let me see. If it has, it doesn't say. I'll link them in my Amazon as well in case you guys want these. Hi everyone, I missed a few lives. We took a trip to Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Ooh, I love Coeur d'Alene with 2 of our grandkids. I'm ready to get back to work. Yay, I'm so excited. How are you, Pat? I love Coeur d'Alene. Okay, let me move these. Now, for this, where can I set this? I'm running out of a little room here. We'll just put this back. I have you guys on my my mantle, so this is fun. Limited space, but it's gonna work just fine. Okay, so this is the box. It would open and fold in like the same way, just like the other ones. So this area is front and center of the box right here. So there are like little markers here that are corrugated, so if you need a better visual, like how you kind of see here, you can always go ahead and bend, so that way when you have it shut, now you can actually see the square. You can kind of eyeball it a little bit better where center is if you can't really visualize it without the little seams. But what I do, this one is my favorite embossing color. It's from Recollections, and it is in the color Champagne. It just is the perfect gold color to me. It's not too brassy, it's not too yellow, it's not too like fake gold, it's not too coppery. It's just like a really perfect shimmery, classy gold shade. So this is one that I love. It's in the shade Champagne. I believe I have this linked to my Amazon as well. I know people are having a hard time finding this. People have reached out before. I have ink all over my fingers from cleaning it. But I'm working on offering these in my shop as well, so that you guys can purchase this exact shade because it's a little difficult to find apparently. But then I just used the clear. This is the Embossing, same brand, Recollections. Any of them will work, just the clear ink, transparent. You can get it like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon. So this is not as big as my stamp, so I just press here, move the stamp down a little bit to get the other half, press the stamp again. So you can kind of do it however you want. If you want to like go over it side to side, you can get the bigger ink pad. I just haven't gotten one. This is just the one that I snagged. Then I'm going to center it, just kind of eyeball it, press down, pull up, and pour my powder over it. I'm not like stingy with it. I like go ahead and pour a good amount and just kind of shake it around. Then paper and dump. Just like when you did glitter as a kid with glue, just tap the excess off, wipe away any imperfections, and then you have your embossed situation here. Then I take the extra. What I'll do is I'll like stamp a few of these at a time and dump them all down here and then pour everything back, but since we're just doing a quick demo here, I'll just do the one. I'm good. We managed to stay healthy, visit my sister-in-law and family, and the kids barely fought at all for the 6 days. They're 12 and 8. Oh, and we took them to Silverwood. They loved it. Okay, back to jewelry packaging. That's so fun. I'm glad they didn't fight, because I remember me and my sister fighting on trips, and it just made my parents crazy. Okay, so you just fold your paper, tap, tap. This lasts so long. Like, this isn't a very expensive packaging either. Like, the embossing powders and the inks, super inexpensive. I've done, I mean, hundreds at this point, hundreds of boxes, and this, I've only bought this once. So this lasts forever, you guys. But then you've got your package, and if there's like any little imperfections, you can kind of just wipe them away just a little bit. It's not a huge deal. Sometimes I'll take like a little paintbrush or makeup brush if I want to get a little bit closer, but overall it's pretty much okay. Then the part that gets loud, you're gonna get a heat gun and go over the embossing powder. So it's gonna be a little loud. This one's on the low setting. You can do low or high, but I just don't hold it in one spot too long. Just kind of go over it. And then you'll see it start to turn into like a shimmer. You guys see that happening? Okay. Now you've got this metallic. Let me take you off of this and see if you can see it better this way. Maybe. The lighting is a little bit annoying for that. But now it is a shiny metallic gold. Why isn't it like... Is it just that dark in here? Can you guys see it? Hopefully. Well, it's very metallic. I don't know why it's kind of showing it a little bit less shiny, but it was dull once you put the powder on, and then it turns into this really pretty metallic gold. It looks like you had custom packaging made. From here, I just assemble the package like I would my other ones. Boom. And then these little cardboard tabs on the bottom. I usually pull those off. These little guys down here, like these little things. And then you have your box. You fill it with your jewelry, close her up. These are actually thicker. These feel like more sturdy than my white ones, like they're a little bit thicker. But then you have your package, your jewelry goes inside. I am obsessed with these new boxes. This color is so good. You could do that with anything. Like if you had another logo you wanted to put here, or like maybe your website, you can get a stamp, put your website here. Anything you want on the sides. You can have something here, like your Instagram or anything like that. You can put something here. It is up to you, but so cute. Let's see. Nice, isn't it pretty? Yeah, I love that gold color. Hi, Jennifer. I thought you weren't going live today. Yep, no, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is my live schedule. Sometimes, like if I'm helping with something, like I don't make it that day, but that is the schedule most days. We were a little bit delayed because I was getting this set up, but yeah, I was showing just like another I guess like a revamp on packaging because it's been a minute. And I got these new emerald boxes, and this is how you can do like DIY packaging, custom packaging that isn't going to cost you, you know, $5 a box, depending on how many orders, how many you do, because it gets expensive doing custom boxes. It's definitely pricey, like anywhere from like, you know, $2 to $5 per box, depending on quantity and company and color and things like that. So doing it yourself is a great way to start until you hit like your sales goals and you want to budget in custom packaging. Hope everyone's doing well today. Thanks, friend. You too. Where did you order these from? And do they fit in a priority mail, small shipping boxes? Those are nice. Okay, so I ordered these on Amazon. I have them linked in my Amazon storefront, so I'll post a link here. You guys can shop directly through there. They have the white boxes, but these are the emerald green that I just got, which I'm loving. They're very my brand. And they don't go inside small flat rate boxes. This is actually how I would ship it. So, for example, let me grab one. So this is my previous ones that I did this morning in the white boxes and cover the address. This is what I do. I tape it shut and just ship this directly because a small flat rate box costs like $8 to ship, whereas this only cost me like $3.50 to $4.50 depending on where they live. I charge $3 flat rate shipping to everyone when they order, so anything over that I end up paying for, so it's like $1, you know, I end up paying $1 for shipping. But these only ship USPS first class for anywhere between like $3 to $4. Sometimes it's been like $4.89 if they've lived like somewhere extremely far away, or if it's like Hawaii or something. But I ship them just like this with the labels on. I can put these in poly mailers and then put the label on the poly mailer, but I just ship them directly in a box just like this. I don't cram these into a small flat rate. They do make boxes that do that. If you guys were like an OG monthly box subscriber, we used to put the monthly box in these thin white boxes, and we would shove them into small flat rates, which I think they were like a 1-inch, I think it was like a 6x5x1, if I remember correctly, something like that, but it couldn't be any more, and it was a snug fit. So depending on what you're trying to ship them in, if you are doing flat rate, make sure you measure the box itself. This is a 2-inch. You have to do at least a 1-inch or less. If you go any wider than a 1-inch, it's not going to get into the small flat rate box at all, or at least not easily. So yeah. These just ship just like this. They're durable. I've never had any issues. I've never had any boxes break open. They're very durable. And truthfully, this one, it's like thicker than this one just by feeling it. I don't know if it's because this is colored and maybe it adds like an extra layer, but these are, when I was folding these, the girth was a little more. Pretty color box, thanks friend. Hi Marie Michelle, how are you my dear? So yeah, you guys, that is what I do. Do you insure your packages for that cost? I don't generally insure packages unless the total of the jewelry inside is over like so it's usually like $125 or more, because that's usually my expensive earrings are $125. So you can do like the free insurance or whatever up to like $50, I think. I gotta look back into that. It's been a minute since I played with that, but sometimes I'll insure it, but I really don't have any issues, so I don't ever, unless it's like a big order. There's a lot in there, like my bridal jewelry and things like that, but my everyday orders, no. Use a stamp. Oh yes, I do. So I'll do it one more time if you guys want to see it. But I do use a stamp to do this. I'll show you guys one more time. Great, I haven't been here in a while. I know, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. Everyone's busy. We've all got things happening in the world. But yeah, so I just use embossing tools, essentially. I got this stamp made through a shop on Etsy. I've linked it in my Breeze branding studio before. But I designed my stamp on Canva. And then I sent the image to the stamp company, like via email, and you remove the background. I can do a live on that at some point too, on how to do it, but I sent them the image, they converted it into whatever file they needed to do to make it what they needed. So yeah, I stamp it, pour the powder on it, make sure it's embossing powder. If you just use like store glitter or something, it's going to come right off. So tap off the extra, then it's here. Then I'm going to take this powder. But yeah, I picked the size that I wanted. They custom made the stamp for me. I've gotten 2 stamps made from them. I have a small one too, just my short logo, which I'll show you guys too. But I just pour this right back into the bottle. This stuff lasts forever. And it's only a few bucks. It's like under 10 bucks. So there's that. Put the lid on. This comes in a ton of colors too. So if you guys have like a color for your brand, you can do that. Heating gun. I'll try to get it so you can see it change. You'll start to see it change colors a little bit. See it? And then you've got, ooh, let me put my heating gun down so it doesn't fall. A beautiful metallic gold. I know it's not really showing on camera like how metallic it is, but it's a very pretty, just like gold, shimmery. I don't know, it just looks like gold. It looks like you melted gold. I need a stamp that is slick and looks really nice. Yeah, you can design anything you want on Canva. So I'll show you guys. I'll do a thing for that so you guys can kind of see. Let's see. That'd be awesome. I'd love to say you did that. Yeah, I'll do one. I'll do one this week. We'll do another live. I do this. I learned it from Brianna, and I just made my box super. Yay! I'm so glad. yeah, it's a really great way. Like, I've done custom boxes and they're so expensive. Yes, they look amazing, but overall, people throw your boxes away. They just do. So, not to say that I won't ever do that. I love the look of a custom box, so if that becomes something I want to budget into my brand, I will totally do it. However, this is such an easy way to accomplish really nice custom packaging. Like, they're not going to know you did this. They're going to think that you got these made somewhere. It could be your name. It could be just a picture. Like, say you have a bird as your logo. You can put a bird on the front. Like, whatever it is, you can make it into a stamp and get it made on Etsy. And you can make any sort of packaging. You can put it on your like cardboard jewelry boxes. You can do business cards, earring cards. Like, if you just have an earring card. Let me grab my other stamp really quick. Okay, here's a dirty earring cards I'll show you. So I have these as my earring cards. I just designed them with my little slogan on there. This one's kind of trash, but say you just have a plain earring card and you're not sure what to do with it. I got a mini logo maker, so my full logo, Kristen James Co., in the same font. I got it just with my KJ and then with the name kind of around it. So this is a totally different, smaller, I call it a short logo because it's smaller and more condensed version if you have a longer business name. So same thing. Let me get this card a little bit ready here because this is smaller. This will be a little messier. I would put this on like a business card or on a paper. But let's see. Hi, Leah. Hi, Tammy. Such people packaging. Thanks, guys. Did you make your own logo on Canva? I did. I did do that. I put my name in, I put my font in, and designed everything. I was thinking about, so you guys know I have Breeze Branding Studio. I know some of you just really can't or don't have the time to like do any sort of logos. I was thinking about offering like I don't know what you want to call it, like a business coaching or like just some sort of like service where I help make like your logos and get them ready for you if you need them as like business cards, stamps, inserts, like things like that. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in, because I know some of you just really don't have the time, or maybe you just don't have the way to figure it out because it's a lot of information. But same version, I would say put it like right in the middle. Stamp. That one still had black ink on it, but it's totally fine. Ta-da! And then let me pour this away. But yeah, I know I've had a lot of you've messaged me before, and it's something like I keep trying to like get finished. But now that I have a little bit of help with my sister being here, I have a little more time to focus on some of those things. I wouldn't have like a ton of openings because it's a lot of work. But I can maybe open up like 2 or 3 spots for people who would need help. I can make a few different logo options, so you'd have options like full logo, small logo, and then I can even like get business cards and stuff made for you if you need them. Okay, same thing. After this, I'm going to show you the dies for this week. Watch your fingers with this too, because it is hot. You can even hold it with like tweezers, or just have it laying down on the card, you know, laying down on the paper. Which is probably what I should have done, me trying to hold it. But then there you go. This is a dirty card, so it looks a little bit weird, but imagine this didn't have the slogan. You can have this something here, something like thin and long down the center. These are the back of my cards, so I could even have a smaller stamp made, you know, but that's just a really easy way. What I would do if you're doing something like this, I would lay out a bunch of cards and I would stamp, pour, stamp, pour, stamp, pour, then dump it on a card, dump it back in the container, and then hit them with the heat gun. Because if you do all the stamps, the one down here, like as your last one, this one's going to be dry already. So when you go to put the powder on, it's not going to stick, and you're not going to line that back up perfectly. So I would lay them all out, have the lid off of your powder, have your little guy up here, and I would go, you know what I mean? Hit powder, all the way down, then dump them, because once the powder's on, you can wait, you know, a while to hit it with a heat gun. But that way it's all done at once. Then I would just tap them, lay them all out, heat them with a gun, and you'll have a bunch of cards at one time. So you can do that same tactic with the boxes, whatever you want to do. I may not be super sure. Yeah, I'll definitely, if you guys aren't already following me on my Breeze Branding Studio on both Instagram and Facebook, post it there. I'll post it there once I'm accepting clients, I guess. Maybe I'll get that up by like Friday. How's she settling in? She is settling in. She got another part-time job, so she's working at a bar now. So she's working part-time with me, part-time there, so we're still adjusting. But it's working out. I told him now once I get my life together. Yeah, I know it's hard, like, to make time for all these things, so I don't mind. I'll also show you guys. We'll do a canvas. See how reflective that is? This card's showing up better than my box is. But, yeah. That is that. Now, let me show you guys together just so you guys could see. Just a very cohesive branding moment. They make different color packaging. You can do black boxes, white boxes, green boxes. They make colorful, like ombre, purple to pink kind of boxes, blue, all kinds of stuff. The only thing you don't want to do is put them on bubble mailers because the heat gun will melt the bubble mailer. So don't do that. You can also do embossing with the embossing. Let me grab that. I found it. So hold on. Okay, so let me grab a few things that we can emboss. Okay, so the other thing I got on Etsy was this embosser. Oh, hold on. It fell on the floor and it got a bunch of, let me get a paper towel, hold on. Okay. It got a bunch of cat hair stuck to the side. It felt like right where my cat lays, so hold on, let me get some of this hair. Remember how I was trying to find this like a couple months ago and I couldn't? Found it. So, this is what I got. I'm trying to clean it out, you guys. Okay. Ooh. So I got this metal embosser. This is what it looks like. I just took it apart just to kind of show you. But it's got the logo inside these plates. This pinches together. This just snaps right in. So you can buy multiple discs and switch out your embossing design multiple times. So say you have this for one thing, then you can pinch and pull this out. I just did it. There we go. Pinch and pull this out to switch whatever you're going to do. Put the new one in. Locked and loaded. Kind of like a little staple gun, but not. I grabbed another like damaged earring card. This is smaller than my design, but if you had like a bigger card of some sort, you just press it kind of like a staple gun, press it shut, open, and can you guys see? It has my little earring marks right here that got in the way, but hopefully you guys can see. Let me take you off. The light kind of blinds it a little bit. Can you guys see it that way? So it'll emboss, which means like it raised it. Can you see? It raises it off the card. So that's a really cool way. Oh, there you go. Wow. So that's a really cool way to put your earrings on a card as well. It's the same design as this little stamp, just a little bit bigger. So it fits on my business card. However, that's a larger version, just depending on what you wanted to do. Another option for the embosser, I have these polishing cloths that I include with every order. And this was something I just tried out the other day because originally I wasn't doing this, but you can emboss these as well. And when you pull the polishing cloth out, it's got a little bit of the design. It's not as prominent as on the front of the plastic, but it still has it ever so lightly embossed right in, which is kind of cool. So you can emboss things like that. The other thing that I would do is my poly mailers, and also you can do tissue paper. So if you wrap your box up and say this is like the inside of the box sealed shut, you know, you can put your embossing right on the paper. It's harder to see on white paper a little bit in that lighting, but you can kind of see it. But it just raises it up. It's super cute. Another thing you can do for packaging, if you don't want to do the embossing, if you just want to be fancy with your tissue paper, because custom tissue paper is expensive. If you haven't looked into it, don't. It's so much money for basically trash. You're literally they're gonna get thrown away. So what you can do is just get black ink, get your rubber stamp, and you can stamp it. You know, and just do custom paper. So if you're gonna get off of the paper, so like right here I'd put another one, but half of it is going to be like not on the paper. Just get your scrap, put it underneath. Can you guys see that? See how it's gonna fall over? So just get your scrap like that. Then you move this, looks like it got cut off. Custom paper. So this is cool, like if you're just not going to have a ton of orders, you know, and you have the time to do something like that, you can customize your own tissue paper that goes on top. But this would be the same on this side. This is going to be like half off of the paper. So slide this guy underneath. Same with down here, probably very little amount, just like the part, you know, so on and so forth. And then you've got some custom stamped paper, however you want to do it. You can even go in with your smaller logo too if you want to get real fancy, you know, fill in the blanks. You can do something like that. How cute does that look? I'm not gonna ruin that. I'll stop there. Maybe. I feel like one can go here. There. Custom tissue paper for like special orders. But that's a little excessive. I would probably just stick with these ones and just kind of like stagger them. But that is a way, or you can do the embossing like up here. Just fun ways to customize your packages. You know? Super cute. I guess I can show you what it kind of look like. I'm gonna show you guys the what's it called? What is the word? We'll do it this way. The impression dies today. Could not think of the words. Okay, so you can put it in. I'm gonna fold this over just a smidge more. Put that in here. I don't have anything to put in a box. We'll just put the impression dies today. Okay, that can go like this. Fold here. Got your custom paper. The impression dies making it kind of weird. Normally I add more filling as well, but I would add more crumpled tissue paper in there so that this would kind of sit a little bit nicer and fill out those corners. Boom. You can put a sticker, whatever you want to do. Here's where I was saying you can put the embossed with this guy. You can put that like here so you'd have the raised emblem. Boom. I would put like a little sticker or something probably. Ta-da! Ta-da! Mine, well, including all of your like extras, like whatever inserts you guys have to throw in. Your business cards, your little card inserts. I put little postcards that have like jewelry care card information. A picture from a photo shoot on the front. Let me see. So mine would be, it would be more filled with more paper. Put the polishing cloth in. I put my business card in there too. I just don't have one out here. Put my little, excuse me, put my little card on top. It's got jewelry care information, just printed jewelry. And then I put their name on top. And it's done. However, see how there's so much, like there's a gap up here, like there's like an inch gap up here. The padding that I put inside the tissue paper fills that up. So when I shut this and I shake test it, nothing's flying around. So yeah, that is how to customize your packaging. This step right here with the tissue paper, I don't necessarily have time for all that. That's something I can have my sister be doing. But if you have the time, like if you're not getting a ton of orders and you think it's a fun way that you can, you know, personalize your packaging a little bit, you can totally do it. But that is not a be-all end-all need for your business. Let's see here. Loving all the branding ideas. Thank you, Diana. I didn't get a notification. Oh no! It never does. I don't know why. It never does it. It's the worst. But I'll save this. You guys can watch the replay. I'll also post this on the Potter USA YouTube channel, so you guys can go back and rewatch it as well. This was supposed to be a design day, but I know we kind of got pulled in with our packaging. But these are the two dies that I unboxed a couple weeks ago that are now available through Friday. So these are available. Wednesday we'll do a design day with these since we didn't do a design day today, but I wanted to show you guys now so you can snag them before they're gone, because these are now only available for a week. I'm obsessed. Do you see how pretty these are? Beautiful. This would be such a good ring top. Even just little stud earrings. Love that. This ring top, earrings, the top of an earring, the bottom of like an earring if you have a big stone up here that's can dangle below. So good. These are like very pleasing to look at. So I'll show you one at a time. Happy found it though. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Oh yeah, I'm glad when you guys can find me because I know it's a little bit difficult. But the schedule, yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we bumped it to 10 a.m. instead of 9:45 since that was kind of just like a random timing. So 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Look how pretty. It's kind of like a tile, like one of our arabesque designs. We had a pancake die in this shape. So cute. If you have the arabesque pancake die, you could always put this in the middle of it. So cute. And then this beauty, I never get notifications either. Dang it. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. My only thought would just be set an alarm on your phones if you guys really don't want to miss it. Set an alarm for like 10 a.m. Come to Potter People and refresh the page. Like scroll a little bit, and if you're not seeing it, refresh the page. Or you can search my name, but sometimes I think that's a little bit tricky too. But yeah, these two dies are available through Friday. Wednesday we'll do a design day with some of these since today was kind of like a packaging. We could have done it a design day, but we've been doing those like a lot lately, and I was wanting to do something a little different, and we got some of this packaging in, and I wanted to just do a retouch on that since I know some people are new and haven't seen all of that. And yeah. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, look for me before day. That's so funny. I love that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys love these dies? I picked these out when I was in Tucson. I fell in love with them. And they sent me a box filled with all of the dies that I had pulled for myself because they couldn't make them while I was there. They sent them to me, and then they said that we can offer them to you guys. They tested them all for their hardness, make sure that they're good for multiple pressings, and they are. So if you guys love them, they are available through Friday, and then they are gone. Don't know if or when they'll be back, because when things get put in a drawer, we can like never find them. So I love them. Yay! I do too. I just think they're really pretty designs that I think you can kind of like edge up a little bit or make them like super classic. I don't know. I just really like them. That's definitely my vibe when you can kind of play both fields, you know? Edgy but classic. Your lives are so inspiring and informative. I truly enjoy them. Oh, thank you, friend. Your choices are awesome. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm glad you love them. You guys are so sweet. I ordered the medium and the large interlocking dies. Yay! Aren't those so good? Man, I really love those. On Friday, I was thinking, and so Wednesday we'll do a design day. Friday, I was thinking instead of doing a flat lay, we'll do like a design day throwback and go through our notebook that we've been doing design days with over the last, like, what, 6 months, and just go through our old designs and see what we can, like, you know, incorporate these with older designs, etc. But I thought it'd be a cool, like, throwback to go back and look at some old design days and, I don't know, just have fun with it, because it's been a while since we've gone back and looked at it. Does anybody know the stone size? For this one, let me get my calipers. I might be able to... I might be able to see here. So I'm going to go with, hold on. I'm going to go with like about a 6mm. I just bumped it. It was at about a 6. It's kind of hard for me to look here. But from side to side here, it looks like about a 6mm. Let me... little overhead light. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 6mm. That is what I'm gonna say. They might list it differently on the site, so double check what they put. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 6. Love the detail on those. I know, they're so pretty. I really love that. But that isn't flat. It's got like a dome inside. So when you press it, it's gonna have, that's gonna be domed up. I think I have my clay out here actually. Where did I put that? Maybe not. Alright, never mind. I thought I had the clay out here, but I guess I moved it. But yeah. Let's check the website. It's not always, yeah, I know sometimes it's not. This will be like a little bit domed, like since it's like a dividend and not a flat. So I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is a dome. So that when you press it, will have like the bubble or dome or whatever you want to call it. It'll be rounded. Thanks for the 6mm for those reading the comments later and not listening. Thanks, Pat. That's a good idea. Check this idea. Yeah, they might put it on the site. Not sure. I know sometimes if it's like domed, they won't because they wouldn't assume people would put a stone there. But sometimes people do. You can always just tap it a little bit flat if you want as well. Maybe you won't need a stone. Yeah, it's totally your call. You can get however creative you want to. However creative. But does anybody have any questions before I wrap it up? Let me put I'm going to put my Amazon here for anybody who wants it. If you're interested in snagging any boxes, packaging materials, I pretty much list everything. Let me put it here. There's my Amazon. Hi, Iris. Just found you guys. Oh no, we just finished too. I'll do a quick show. These are the 2 dies that are available till Friday. But you can watch the replay if you want. I did a packaging DIY because I got new boxes. So I did a refresh on doing the embossing on the packages with the stamps and the ink and things like that. And then I also showed some embossing. Oh, there's a sticker on there. Embossing for... let me take it off so you can kind of see it here. The embossing pusher to get a puffed out image of your logos or whatever you wanted. What else did we do? I feel like we did something else. Also, you can use a stamp to make custom tissue paper. You can just put your rubber stamp all over tissue paper to make your own custom tissue paper, which is super cute. You can also do the embossing gun. I don't know if you'd call it a gun. I keep calling it out. This embossing pusher on polishing cloths. Super cute. And then I also showed it on a business card. I just don't know where that went. I lost it. I don't know where it went. Truthfully, oh, here it is. With the mini logo. The card got really dirty, but yeah. So that's my Amazon link for anybody who wants to get any of those items and up your packaging game. I will let you know when I have services ready to like help you guys in designing like logos and things to make your own stamps and card inserts, business packaging, things like that. Again, that will be limited spaces just because I am a busy gal. But yes, also go to Potter USA, go snag your dies. These are available until Friday. We'll do a design day on these on Wednesday. Thanks for the packaging review. I need to order boxes and use first class instead of flat rate. For destashing dies, I'll keep using flat rate though. Yeah, so these hold up really well in like flat rate boxes. They're a little bit thick, I feel, so they help with that. But like jewelry, I refuse to pay $8 in shipping. Like when I'm ordering stuff usually, so having an option And internationally is going to be a little bit different as well. Obviously, that's a different ball game. But to ship these, it's like $3 to $4.50, just depending on location. So once I pack this up and I print my label, it's like generally around like $3.80, I would say on average. But I occasionally get packages that are like $4.25, but they're usually under $4. Either way, it's under $5, and that's fine with me because I charge $3 for shipping, so I eat the extra cost. So I eat anywhere between 50 cents to $2. That doesn't hurt my margins because of the pricing of my jewelry. Hi, Teresa. How are you, my dear? These guys are stunning. Unfortunately, I can't seem to achieve the deep impression, so I no longer buy them. The deeper ones, yeah, it can definitely be tricky. The best trick that I've seen... this one's not too deep. This one's a little bit deeper. Besides annealing with every press, the best tip that I've seen people do, I'm trying to see how I'm just going to cut this out and pretend that that's metal, okay? My mom made a video a while ago, because with deep ones, yes, also for super fine printed... like the mandalas and stuff like that. So she would tape it down, like just with Scotch tape, nothing crazy, but with some Scotch tape to keep it in place. And then she would mark with like a pen from the metal, not a pen, like a Sharpie, all the way to the die. That just like helped her line it back up. Which once it gets deep enough, it's going to settle right in. But it was putting that in, pulling it out, annealing it, putting it back in, and rotating like the die, like where it was getting so much pressure. That was the only thing. Like I know some people just like keep it in and they'll just do multiple pressings with the annealing in between, and then concentration. It's such a process for real. Like it really is for some of those deep ones. Automatics, like the electric hydraulics, are always like gonna give you that extra push that your arm just sometimes can't. But annealing in between every single pressing and like rotating on top of we had those like little pushers that were like more concentrated, because when you have like a pusher this big, it's dispersing all of that pressure evenly. When it was a smaller pusher, it was all being pushed into that smaller area. You know what I mean? So that was something I highly recommend, were those like the little mini pushers. You guys remember we offered them with the mandala first. Now I think they're just a thing. What is the best substance to use to push the metal? So we use the urethane, like small. So that's one thing too. I'm sure you've seen it in videos. Urethane pieces are great. You can use like leather. A lot of people use like leather. Some people use cardboard, but urethane, especially like the grimy, like crumbly kind, once you've used it so many times, it starts to get kind of like shredded. That works really well because those little tiny pieces get into these little tiny crevasses a little bit better. But you also don't want to overfill with urethane. Like if this is the size of your die, let me zoom in a little bit. If this is the size of your die, you don't want to put urethane to fill the entire thing. You want a smaller piece than your actual design, because if it's too big, it's pushing down and spreading out outside of the design area. If it's smaller and it's fitting right inside the design and you're pushing it, it's flooding into the design itself. Does that make sense? So if you're using pieces that are bigger or you're overfilling it, once it presses down, it's already popping out around the design itself, and it's not going to focus on going down in, it's going to focus on getting out. So use a smaller piece inside of your design and add a little bit of the urethane or whatever you choose to use if it's needed. So start with a little tiny piece, push it, and it's going to try to get out anywhere it can, but it's stuck in this little cavity, so it's going to fill these crevasses way quicker than the surrounding area, you know? Are there different grades of urethane? I tried the urethane, annealing, and leather. It's frustrating. There are different grades, however, so there's durometers. So I think we had 60, 75, and 95, but I believe we're just using the 75 duro in pieces. I could be wrong. I need to double check that. The 95 is a lot harder, whereas the 65 is a lot more rubbery. I know that this is a touchy one here, but we used to offer lead. If you guys remember, we used to sell lead, and that worked like a dream. It was firm enough, yet it smushed out into all of the right places. So I know people are very iffy. That's where the whole lead liquor, don't eat the lead. If you guys like original members, OGs, you remember that whole topic. We stopped selling it because there was such a fuss about it. People, you know, like, oh, it's toxic. Well, don't eat it, you know? So if you're comfortable with using lead, Walmart sells, or probably other places too, but Walmart sells little lead egg sinkers in the fishing department. My mom uses them all of the time. They sell different sizes, different, you know, shapes. They're great. My mom loves them. She swears by them. You know, just don't lick it because it's lead. But playing with different lead sizes, the same with urethane. You don't want to do too big of a piece. You want it to be tiny, like small enough to fit inside the little cavity to spread out, you know. Making sure that you have annealed properly. Make sure that you fully got it superheated. You want like the metal, like if you're like for copper, you know how it'll start to turn that color. You want to make sure you fully heated it, and you don't want to work harden it again before you put it in here. So once straight off the press, like hot dip, you know, put it in while it's still soft. Don't hammer texture it or pattern it and then put it in. You want to make sure that it's still super soft, and there you go, you know? And it's annoying and it's a lot, I know, to have to do it multiple times, but it's hard with a manual for some of the deeper designs. I know it's doable, but I would, if you have an electric, that's going to help you so much more. And I know that's not everybody's journey right now. Not everybody has that. However, try getting, if you don't already have the little mini pusher, that's going to help. If you're using like a platen up top, if you don't have any of the pushers, that's probably what the problem is going to be as well. So if you have the pusher and the mini pusher, those are going to be very, very helpful for small, like deeper designs. I'll post a link. I'll make a post as well for those pushers in case you guys don't have them. But if you guys are having troubles getting details and you're not using a pusher up top, that's going to be part of the problem. But even more so, the little mini pushers, it's like a 1-inch pusher. I think it's an aluminum pusher, I think. But it's like a 1-inch little round one, and that just condenses all the pressure to that 1 inch as opposed to the whole 2-inch area, you know? Hi, Rosadell. How are you? Sorry, I just saw your comment. So, yeah, I use lead too. Yeah, lead was one of the ones for sure, but if you don't have any of the pushers, do you have a pusher? Like, do you have like the magnetic pusher? Or are you just using the flat one, like the platen up top? I don't think Kevin sells them many pushers anymore. Oh no, dang. Okay, let me double check on that then. Let me look into that. I swear we were talking about something, but maybe it's for something different. Let me do a double check on that. But at the very least, the other pusher, the regular 2-inch magnetic pusher, that for sure. If you don't already have that, that's going to be part of the problem. If you already have it, then maybe just the smaller pusher is going to help even better if you don't have a electric press. But get a pusher for all of you who are doing impression dyes. It will make your life easier. If you have the whole plate, like imagine this is like the whole platen pushing down, the pressure is being distributed across this whole plate. And then it's hitting here, but if you have a more condensed this is all the pressure coming down on this one point, you know? Do you use the urethane and the pusher together? Yes, absolutely. Because if not, you just have your metal here and then your pusher, it's squishing the metal, but the urethane is sandwiched in between, and that's what's going to push into all of the little spaces. So yes, put a little bit of urethane. Let me, where did that clay go? I'm going to try to give you an example of size. Hold on, let me go look at my office. Okay, found some. So the mistake a lot of people make is they overfill their dye. So say that's your dye, they'll put like that much urethane, you know. They'll want to put like a big old glob thinking that that's going to, you know, help get deeper in. But what's going to happen, let me put this down just because I don't want clay to get stuck in my design here. What's going to happen is pretend this is coming down, okay? Let me push here. Pretend I'm like the hydraulic press. So it's coming down. What's going to happen, see how it squishes out way past the design itself? All that urethane, it kind of even did it here. It didn't even pick up all the detail. All the urethane is going to be pressing out all around these edges. It's trying to get out from this area because it's already overflowed so far. What you want is smaller, because when it's being pushed, it's trying to escape. You're going to want just a little piece, like maybe even like start with that. You want it to be smaller than your actual design. It takes a few presses for sure, but that will help start. I don't have metal for it to like really show the full detail, but once it goes in, if I did it right, it's not big enough to give me the whole impression, obviously, but it shouldn't have escaped outside of the dye itself. So see how that was smaller and it just stayed within the dye instead of overflowing? That's how you want to start it. If you feel like you need to get a couple pieces, like get a few of like the really small ones, that's also helpful. Like do a couple little pieces like that. We have lots. That's why those little shreds that you get when you use it so often works really well, because you can kind of place them kind of like that, just a few. See how you can still see the design, it's not overflowing. Oh, let me put this down first. Okay, so you can, this plastic's going to help me not have it stick, but same thing, when you press it, it's not going to overflow the sides. So see how it got the shape you want it to fill in. Does that make sense? Little piece, not a big piece. Less is more in that situation. If you want to add little pieces as you go, great. But using those little tiny like shreds that you get like from crumbly urethane from using it so often, those work really well. That with the pusher, boom. Hopefully that made sense. So, anywho's, you guys, any other questions? And we've got a ton of videos. Like, you can go check out our YouTube. We have a ton of videos showing stuff like this. You can check out my mom's YouTube videos. She's done a ton of videos. Just search Joni Kisro on YouTube, and you can see a ton of her old videos where she goes into depth and detail and explains it way better than I do. Let's see. I cut my pieces up in very tiny pieces and lay many out so that they fill the design like a puzzle. Yeah, you can cut them out for sure. If you're having trouble, like if you fill it up perfectly I guess like kind of like a puzzle and you're not getting the design, maybe take one of the little pieces out and it'll give the other one some wiggle room to spread into all those little spaces. But if it's working and you're not having an issue, keep on keeping on, you know? Sure, didn't make sense. Yay, yeah. Let me know if you still have issues. I know it's hard. These are tools that definitely, some dies are more finicky as well. Some have little deeper corners or sharper areas. Sometimes it's just a pain in the butt, but get a pusher if you don't have one. That's going to help you a ton. I'll make a post right after this linking all those things. If you guys I'll link the urethane pieces as well as the pusher. If we have the even smaller pusher, I'll link that as well. But I'll also try to find the YouTube video so you guys can watch that and get some more tips as well. But yeah, these 2 dies are available until Friday, so make sure you check out potterusa.com. If you guys have any questions, send me a message. But I hope you guys liked this packaging tutorial, and I hope you guys like these 2 dies that I picked. I love them. If you get them, let me know. We'll do a design day on Wednesday, and then Friday we'll do a throwback to all of our designs out of our design book from the last like 6 months we've been doing designs. We'll kind of play with that and look back at some of the things that we've done, and maybe do a Canva. If we have time, we'll go and do like a little Canva hit, but that might be a next week thing, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, just because it's a lot of info on that. So anyways, message me if you have any questions. Make sure you follow Potter USA on Instagram and TikTok at Potter USA and at Potter USA Official. My Amazon link is here in the comments if you guys need it to shop any of the supplies that I talked about earlier. And then follow Breeze Branding Studio if you guys want to be the first to know about like new drops as far as like marketing material. So hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Set your alarms. If you can't find me, just search and refresh Potter People. So bye, you guys.